I wanted to pop in here with a message for those that need it, that feel like they've been just on one tumultuous roller coaster their whole life, maybe even since childhood, especially since childhood. If you're resonating with this, you've likely had a very difficult upbringing, and that has played a very important role in the choices that you've made over the course of your life. And so you've had a lot of difficult experiences. Maybe you feel like you just haven't been able to catch a break. Maybe you feel that you're just, I run across a lot of like light workers and starseeds even that are really kind of beaten down on this journey, where they've lost hope and they don't really feel a sense of connectedness to the divine source within themselves. They've kind of given up on life, so to speak. And so this message is very specific for those that are feeling at a loss. I want to share with you that on a soul level, you chose a very difficult path. Some of that may be for your own karmic reasons to clear up, and others will really resonate with what I'm about to share, which is you chose a difficult path because you are here to do big things. And because you've grown through so much, you are able to show up and lead from a place of true empathy and compassion. You have cultivated a level of compassion and empathy and wisdom that cannot be taught in textbooks. This is something that this is part of your hero's journey. This is part of you being able to come full circle in your life and be able to shine your light brightly and illuminate the path for others from a place, like I said, of compassion and empathy, because you've been there, you've grown through that. And I can relate to this. I grew up, I'm a thriver and a survivor of a child of domestic violence. And I know what it's like to be abandoned and abused. I know what it's like to grow up and have a narcissistic relationship that's also been abusive. I know what it's like to have, a roller coaster of events, just like big events, right? Like filing bankruptcy, like going broke, like not knowing how to pay bills, like all of the things, whether it, health crisis. So all of the things, a tumultuous childhood and toxic relationships in adulthood and dealing with death in the family, but having to heal from resentment and anger for my father's death, for example, when he passed away, and I didn't forgive him yet for everything that had happened growing up, because he was an alcoholic and it was very abusive and toxic and dysfunctional. And over the course of my life, I felt very unsafe, and I compromised for a lack of feeling safe through really hardening my heart and having very overcompensating masculine energy in an attempt to control the situations of my life. But at the end of the day, I just kept, getting into situations and circumstances that have been very tumultuous. And I'm here to share with you that I wouldn't change a thing. It's all been divinely guided, and I understand that my purpose and my path here is to be a chain breaker. You are a breaker of chains, of the ancestral trauma that you've experienced and the dramas and everything. But here's the message that's either going to trigger you or it's going to really hit home and resonate. And either way, it's medicine. But I had to choose to be the plot twist in my story. I had to choose to turn everything that I went through into spiritual gold, so to speak. I had to choose to glean the wisdom from every life experience. I had to pray for the lesson and the wisdom and the clarity to clearly see, feel, hear, and know what was coming through this life experience that was meant for my highest and greatest good, and the highest, greatest good of all. And that has been my ongoing prayer since as long as I can remember. One of my ongoing prayers has always been that whatever I go through, Lord, God, ultimate divine creator, all that is, the divine source that created me, that I am one with, everything that I go through in this life is used for good. Everything. I am a living, walking, talking example of what you want to share through me, through my experiences, through my trials, through my tribulations, through my traumas, through my dramas. Everything gets used for good. The worst of the worst and the best of the best. And you will come into a season where you are no longer an example of the dramas and the traumas that you had to overcome, but you will also be a shining example of the abundance and the joy and the fulfillment that you get to walk in guiltlessly as you transmute, alchemize, and grow through these life experiences. But you have to choose it. You have to make a conscious choice to choose it, to choose to see where you are divided within. I had to choose forgiveness over resentment. I had to choose acceptance over blame. I had to choose love over fear. I had to choose to let go instead of retaliate. I had to choose this on a conscious level. I had to choose to be the plot twist in my story. I had to choose to not be a byproduct of my conditioning. I had to choose to not be a byproduct of the situations and life experiences that have been dealt to me. I had to choose this on a conscious level. And part of this was being able to always see from a very early age that from a higher perspective, everything has always been serving me and everything always will be serving me. And that on a soul level, we come here and we incarnate for a lot of different reasons. And some of that is to clear karma and to help others clear karma. And some of that is to lead through the power of our example, which as you grow through your own hero's journey, you're able to do that with true empathy, with true reverence for the path, for others' experiences, and a high level of compassion for others' experiences, because you've been through it, because you've grown through it, because you've evolved through it. And this is not something that can be taught. This is only something that can be lived and embodied. And so I'm getting full body chills right now because this message is meant for someone that needs to hear it. I'm getting full body chills. And what's coming through right now is your story. Not one bit, not 1 ounce, not 1 iota of suffering has been in vain. All of it gets used for good when you are willing to choose for yourself that you are the plot twist in your story, that you're not going to live from victimhood, and you are going to pray for and seek out the wisdom and the silver lining and the lesson that is being presented to you, that is for your growth and for your evolution and for your ascension. And when you're able to do that from a place of knowing that when you evolve and ascend through your own journey, and you move into embodying the love that you are, and in truly owning that and releasing the denser frequencies of anger and resentment and blame and fear and all of those things, when you're able to do that for yourself, you do it for the collective as well, because you are not separate. We are not separate. We are one, and we are rising together. So even full body chills right now, even if you only do this in the privacy of your own room, living room, your own house, and you purge and you release, and you never speak it or teach it on a YouTube channel like I'm doing right now, that you're still contributing to the collective. Every place you go, every person you talk to, every person in line behind you at the grocery store, that's an energetic, that's an energetic, arm's length of you, is going to feel the vibration and the frequency that you are emitting. And when you are emitting love and acceptance and prosperity and joy and fulfillment, because you've allowed yourself to purge and alchemize those lower, denser energies, you are a walking, talking alchemist everywhere you go, whether you choose to share your voice in this way or not. And I know not everybody will, but a lot of you that are resonating with me, you are meant to share your voice. You are meant to share your story. You are meant to share your message. You are meant to, just be the embodied version of your highest authentic self, your divinity in human form, the love and the light, and transcend and alchemize all that has come before you on this path that has kept you bogged down in denser frequencies. That is behind you, and you are meant to be the walking, talking, living, breathing example, like I always say, of what is possible when you choose love and faith and trust over fear. But the one thing that's coming up right now that's really, really, really important for someone who needs to hear this is that you have to choose it for yourself. You have to choose your freedom over everything else. You have to choose your own salvation. No one is coming to save you. You save yourself on this journey by choosing yourself, by choosing your empowerment, choosing how you relate to the things that you've experienced in life instead of being a victim to them. You get to choose this, and only you can choose this, and no one can do it for you. And it's in those moments, it's in these moments of just, I'm getting full body chills right now. I don't know if I can articulate this, but it's in the quiet moments between you and God where you make a decision that this is it, that enough is enough, that you are worthy of the life and the love and the abundance and the prosperity and everything that you are at your core. And you know this, which is why you crave it on a soul level, because you already know this to be your true nature. And it feels so fucking terrible to live in discord with that. It feels so uncomfortable to feel discord with the abundance and the love that you truly are, that you end up suffering, being miserable until you finally choose it. And it happens in a moment. It happens in the twinkling of an eye when you choose yourself in those quiet moments between just you and God, and you hand over heart choose and say, Lord God, please show me the wisdom. Please show me what wants to come through this experience that is for my highest and greatest good. Please let me clearly see, feel, hear, and know the wisdom that wishes to come through. And please let me use this wisdom to transmute everything in my life that is no longer serving me, so that I can move into my highest and greatest good and be the light for others that I'm here to be, and live my most authentic, beautiful, abundant, prosperous life. Please show me, guide me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. And when you can say this from true intention, a true readiness to fully accept yourself and love yourself and be open to a new story, a new narrative, one that is rooted in truth and authenticity and love for yourself first. Everybody else will come later. For yourself first. And when you're truly open to receive the wisdom, the guidance, the support, the love, the protection, and all the things that that is just waiting for you when you're fully worthy of receiving and opening to that, when you feel that you are worthy and receiving of opening to that, because you already are. But you have to know that. You have to trust that. You have to choose that for yourself. And when you do, all you have to do is pay attention. All you have to do is pay attention. Your attention is your focused awareness, and all you have to do is pay attention on what happens next for you, because God, the divine, the ultimate creator that you are one with, and that life is one with, and that you are one with life. So there's no possibility that you will miss the sign. There's no possibility that you will miss the message. There's no possibility that you will miss the synchronicity. When you act from true intention and true devotion to honoring yourself and choosing yourself and being the plot twist in your story, you will receive the guidance that you prayed for. It is already given. Before you even ask, it is already lined up, and it'll happen fast. And you will see or hear or receive a nugget of wisdom, which is then just meant to be integrated into your being. And then you get to watch how your life unfolds from that moment forward, when things start to shift for you. So I don't know who needed to hear this, but I hope it resonated with you. If it did, I would love to hear from you in the comments. And until next time, I hope this finds you well. Namaste.